I want to start this video off by saying that I'm a big fan of Cosmic Skeptic, also known as Alex O'Connor, but there's one view in particular that he holds that I think is wrong, or at the very least that he's confused about. It's his idea that morality can't be objective. To think this is actually very common among atheists, such as himself. It is usually only the religious who say morality is dictated by God and therefore objective. First off, I want to make clear what objective in this context means. Something is objectively true if it's true independently of anyone believing it to be so. For instance, that the Earth orbits the Sun is objectively true, because it was true even before it was the scientific consensus. But why is it important to be able to say that morality is objective? Well, it's important because we can then say that practices such as female genital mutilation or honor killings or throwing acid in the face of young girls for the crime of reading, such practices that we already feel to be abhorrent, are also objectively wrong. Moral relativism is the belief that such judgments are only true or false within the context of a particular culture, and therefore it is not okay for one culture to criticize another. In this regard, having an objective morality is an important antidote to moral relativism and even nihilism. In his book The Moral Landscape, Sam Harris makes a convincing case for an objective morality. His first premise is that morality can be grounded in the well-being of conscious minds. Secondly, these conscious minds and their states are natural phenomena, fully constrained by the laws of nature. And therefore, they must, at least in principle, be right or wrong answers on questions of morality that fall within the purview of science. So Cosmic Skeptic disagrees with the first premise, that morality can be grounded in the well-being of conscious minds. And he shows this by giving the following analogy.
Imagine yourself and a roommate need to paint the walls of a shared living room, and you're trying to determine a colour in which to do it. Now, just imagine for a second that you both happened to, entirely subjectively, think that blue is the best colour to paint the walls of any room. But because they happen to agree, in practice this is as though it's an objective fact, and you can treat it as such. You can therefore get on with painting the wall. But the error is to suggest that because we can treat this as though it's objective, it actually is objective. Clearly, on a philosophical level, blue would not actually objectively become the best colour just because you both agree that it is subjectively. So imagine more radically that everybody in the world happened to subjectively agree that blue is the best colour. Would this make it objectively the best colour? Well, no, because there can't be an objectively best colour.
But of course there are objective statements to be made about the subjective states of minds. For example, it would be objectively true to say Mike's favorite color is blue. Likewise, one can say love feels good, or driving a nail through one's foot is painful, while being objectively correct. Just because pain is felt subjectively and would not exist if there weren't any humans or animals around, does not mean it's impossible to talk about these states objectively. If that were true, the whole field of psychology would be quite a pointless effort. The crucial difference between everybody thinking of blue as the best color and everybody thinking that well-being is good is that in the absence of humans or animals, there wouldn't be anyone or anything to be well. The color blue, of course, can exist independently of humans. Well-being cannot. We are the only ones in this universe to declare anything good or bad. If you can't agree that the collective well-being of all conscious minds, be it human or animal, is good, then you must not understand what well-being means. Well-being is not just the pursuit of one's pleasures or gratifying one's desires over and over again. It encompasses anything that could imaginably or unimaginably be experienced as positive to a conscious mind. So well-being also necessarily entails that it's good. That's what we mean by good, whether or not we acknowledge it. If we declare something good, it's because it potentially or actually has an impact on our own or the well-being of others.
Just because we all subjectively react badly to pain and suffering doesn't make pain and suffering objectively bad. Truth is not the same thing as democracy or consensus.
I don't think it's right to lump suffering and pain together like that. Pain is necessary for survival. It's a protection mechanism against further injury. Also, pain can be experienced as positive in some contexts. For instance, during a workout, there are these rare people that even enjoy pain, and we refer to them as masochists. But there's absolutely nobody that enjoys suffering. If they do, they aren't really suffering. That's what that word means. And there's no way to declare a situation where every conscious mind is suffering to the maximum amount for as long as possible without possibility of redemption, to not declare that as bad. If anything is bad, that is bad. And if you're not going to apply the word there, then you don't know what the word bad means. I would highly recommend you all go watch Cosmic Skeptic's video in its entirety. I will also leave the link to his channel in my description. Also check out Sam Harris' TED Talk about this topic, the link to which I will also leave in the description.